Hello. I hope you're having a really good day. Today is the fun day of the week where we create a wildcard draft for the upcoming Gameweek 24. Before you jump to the end of the video and see the finished wildcard draft, if you can show your support by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, everything will be very much appreciated. And now let's dive into the creation of the wildcard. If you want to follow us step by step why I chose those players, please do remain in the video. If you're not and want to see only the whole full team, you can just skip to the end and just take the picks. So, okay, the top priority for this video and for this wildcard is to target the double up that we have in Gameweek 25. So for now we have 4 teams confirmed to have a double up, being Brentford, City, Luton and Liverpool. Chelsea and Spurs didn't get a double up and I don't believe they are going to. And maybe their double up is going to be postponed up to a later part of the season. There is already a confirmed double up for Bournemouth and Luton Town in Gameweek 28, so we can surely focus on that, but not by much. Yeah, both teams are having an okay fixture run, so I would highly consider maybe picking a player or 2 from those teams, but most probably Bournemouth is going to be after Gameweek 26. But Luton, we can focus on Luton right now, and we will focus on the other teams. We will have in mind that Chelsea and Spurs still have a double up to be played, so if you are dallying about some of the players, we're going to choose a Spurs or a Chelsea player to go in, as the double ups before Gameweek 29 is one of the more important things to focus on. The bad thing here for Gameweek 29 that there is a high possibility for either Bournemouth or Luton or both teams to blank in Gameweek 29, so preparing for that game week will be maybe hard. But looking at the fixtures for Bournemouth, maybe after Gameweek 26, it's a good thing to invest in their side. But yeah, for now we are not going to tinker a lot about that. We're going to just prepare for the near future, and we'll start preparing by putting in the most important players in that side. For me, this is Haaland, as Gameweek 25 is a really good opportunity for you to use your triple captaincy chips. So yeah, if you own Haaland, it will be a very good thing to do. The other thing for Manchester City is that they do not blank in Gameweek 26 and they play Bournemouth. So if you want to save your free hit for after Gameweek 26, picking Manchester City players is a good thing to do. Picking Haaland, it's a nice start and takes up some of the budget, and we have our captaincy option, which is the most important thing in fantasy. If you have a right captain, you can change a bad week to good one, and you can destroy a pretty good week with a bad captaincy shout out and go to the bad spectrum. So now we need to focus on the other things. Now we have Gameweek 24 to tackle before we enter the Gameweek 25. So teams that are playing easier fixtures in Gameweek 24 are going to be with priority. We have a luck in our hands that Liverpool, City and Luton both face a pretty easy fixture run, like they face the bottom 3 teams basically in the home fixtures. It cannot go easier than that, so I will take that into consideration. Being that said, I will add Trent Alexander-Arnold. I know it's a lot of money, so yeah, I'm adding him for now, but okay, let's not add him for now. Let's focus first on the attackers. From Liverpool's perspective, we need an attacker for sure, and the guy that I have my eyes set on, it's called Darwin Núñez. A lot of you will make fun of that pick, but I believe that is one of, if not the best Liverpool players at the moment, bar Salah, who is absent. But with Darwin on the field, Liverpool are much better, and I believe against Burnley and then 2 okayish fixtures like being Luton and Brentford, he can score a lot of goals. So I'm putting Darwin Núñez in, and I stand behind that pick. Next up, we have to decide if we're going to get a Luton player and which Luton player we're going to get in. My money are on Doughty. So I will most probably, if I have to make a transfer for Luton, it's United home, Liverpool away. Maybe I will get him as a double up player in Gameweek 28, especially if he is having a blank Gameweek 29. But if I'm using my wildcard, I will for sure get him now. And we have our first defender in. Picking defenders from those sides, Liverpool and City, is always difficult, but we need at least one of those sides. We have only one confirmed player from Manchester City, being Ederson, that's going to start every game, but I have a player in mind that I like very much in defense as well, and that's Nathan Ake. He has been present in a lot of situations. Yeah, he hasn't got the most amount of points, but he's doing alright. The other player that I have into consideration is Ederson. Ederson is having a double up, he's playing for sure, he is not going to be benched or anything. So maybe it's a good decision to opt for Ederson. We have to monitor our Liverpool decisions as well. Am I picking Alisson, who has a lot more points than Ederson? But Liverpool have a more attacking set of players, like Van Dijk can score more points and he's nailed now with Konate being absent for Gameweek 24 for sure. Like Trent is there. Is he going to play both of the fixtures? Maybe, maybe not. We're not sure, but I will bet that he will play because they need the performance in those game weeks in the fantasy, and the next 3 game weeks are a must win for Liverpool, so maybe Trent will get the notch. Right now we need to focus on building our attacking side, as this is the most important thing in my opinion, to have a very good attack, because defenses this season, they're not for certain, and for sure they're conceding a lot of goals and chances. Other teams with good fixtures this week are Newcastle, so we can take that into consideration. Fulham, but maybe I'm not going for a Fulham player, and that wraps it up most probably. Spurs is always good to have an attacker, and Heung-min Son is most probably coming back from international duty, if not for 24, for Gameweek 25, so he is a very strong option, especially that he in Gameweek 29 here he is facing Fulham, and they are both out of the FA Cup, so he's having a fixture there, so maybe after Gameweek 26 it's a good option to go for Son as well. We are not sure, we have to take a lot of things into consideration, but let's be real, Son is going to become a really good target pretty soon. Saka is not flagged yet, but we haven't heard any update from Arteta, and we have to take that he is for now injured. So let's continue building the wild card and not dilly-dally. We have only 3 players, and the player that I want to add in a rogue shoutout is Ivan Toney. I know there are some João Pedro shoutouts, there is a Solanke shoutout, there are some Watkins shoutouts, for sure good shoutouts, and Watkins in Gameweek 25 has Fulham, then Forest in 26, then Luton away. I know that's a good fixture run, but for now I am most probably going to rely a lot on Toney, as he's on penalties and as Brentford need goals, so I'm putting Toney in. And I believe I'm ready with the attack. I will be playing a 3-4-3, so we need now to find 4 midfielders that are going to take the places. The first guy that I'm going to go for is none other than De Bruyne, and I have my reasoning behind it. It's an easy pivot to Son or Salah after Gameweek 25 or 26 basically, when they have a double up, so you can just go and sell KDB, but you have him for the double fixture, and he is a confirmed player that is back from international duty, not being on international duty, and with a double up, so that means a lot of good stuff will come from De Bruyne. Have in mind that we're going to build a strong lineup here, and the rest of the players are going to be cheap, so let's add the cheap players. First of all, I'm adding Dubravka. He's 4.2 with okay fixture run, you can rely on him. Is going in as a backup goalkeeper. Next up is Brentwaite. He scored in the latest fixture against Spurs, got 1 bonus. I know he doesn't have the amazing fixture run, but he's cheap and reliable, so you can put him here. Yeah, he's going here, so I may leave. No, I'm for now leaving him here. If something appears, I will just move him to the side. So we have our bench fillers. Now we have to think of a midfield bench filler, and I'm going to add Makati. He's 4.4, he's starting for Sheffield. Now we have our fillers. Now we need to find one more defender that's going to stay on the bench. for the minute, and we need to find nothing else. The others are going to be starters. I'm not going for a City or Liverpool defender. One of those positions will be the goalkeeper's position, and I'm picking Ederson as the goalkeeper, as Liverpool defenders face more of a threat to the other team goal, and I'm going to select the player. So for now, Ederson is in goal, Doughty is in defense, De Bruyne, Darwin, Tony, Haaland. Now we need to find 2 defenders, and we need to find 3 pairing of a midfield. We can go for Jota, we can go for a lot of players, but in Gameweek 25, sorry, Brighton face Sheffield. Everton face Palace, okay, United face Luton, and Newcastle face Bournemouth. So we have a lot of players to choose from. First of all, Newcastle's best attacker is rumored to be injured, so I'm not picking Gordon, so he's out of the equation. Spurs have an okay fixture and Spurs score a lot of goals, so I will be going for a Spurs player. Have in mind that Wildcard going to get you to the end of the season and you cannot afford to pick only players with a double up. Yeah, it's good to have them. We already have 5 of those with a goalkeeper's decision. That's amazing. But we need to take into consideration. So I may remove that pick and I may add Areola here, because in Gameweek 29 there is a high chance that Aston Villa go out as they're trailing at the minute, and West Ham are already out, and you have a confirmed goalkeeper for Gameweek 29, which is a good thing to have at the moment. So yeah, I'm picking Areola here and I'm remaining with him because we need him as a backup option. Everton face Liverpool then, so Brentwaite may not play, but Sheffield are already out and they in 29 play United. Maybe it's a big if, but for now this is a two-way ahead in the future, so I cannot predict everything. Brentford out in Gameweek 29 and their fixture against Berlin is confirmed, so we have Ivan Toney here. We have Doughty, who is most probably going to go out, and we have Areola. We'll add a Spurs player who is going to be Maddison. With Son returning, the appeal of Richarlison will drop, so I decide to pick Maddison as they're a pretty good side and they tend to score a lot of goals. Now going for a Brighton player as they face Sheffield, and Sheffield are the worst side in the Prem at the moment. I'm tinkering between picking a player like Mitoma, who is coming back from international duty, and just put him on the bench at the moment, and or go for a defender. The defense is a risky thing at the minute, so I would avoid that, but I would like to invest in a defender from Spurs, who are a pretty good team, and Udogie after Maddison's return is playing pretty well, so I am opting for Udogie. As I see my budget, I won't be able to fit in Trent, so I'm going to risk it and go with Virgil van Dijk, as those mark my 3 defenders for the double of game week, and Ederson in goal. So now we have Doughty, who is going to play this week. We have issues with game week 27 maybe, and after that is an okay fixture run with a double up in game week 28 for sure. So Sheffield, maybe not double up, you save him, but you can go for a cheap player here. Now we need to focus on finishing up the midfield. As being said, Brighton are having an okay fixture run, so I can risk it with Mitoma, or I can just pick Gross. If I have to be perfectly honest, I'm risking it with Mitoma. He's coming back from injury and from international duty. He has an okay fixture in Game Week 25 where we will need him, so I will pick Mitoma just to be on the safe side. From here, if we don't find the budget for a good player here, we're going away from Mitoma pick. The other team with good fixture in 25 was... okay, I'm not relying on that, it's Manchester United. So I can easily remove Makati and go for the player called Garnacho, as he's only 0.4 more expensive, and I can always change Mitoma and Garnacho however I like. So I'm picking Garnacho instead of Makati. Sorry of that dilly-dallying. I know it's an upgrade to the 4.5 midfielder, but you can always interchange your players. And now with the risk of an injury for Mitoma, not an injury, international duty stiffness, I'm picking Garnacho. The last player here, I'm going to return Cole Palmer, as he has been a pretty good player and I enjoy how he plays. I enjoy the positions he get in. I enjoy that he's on penalties, and I believe that's a very strong thing to own. We have 1, 2, only 3 penalty takers with Palmer, so we need more. And in defense, I'm going to pick a player that is called... Sorry, what happened here? I'm going to pick an Arsenal player, and I'm going to pick Gabriel. I know Arsenal do not have the easiest fixture run, but in 25 I can rely on them. Then in 26 they can rest, but most certain time using my free hit there. In 27 against Sheffield, of course I'm playing them. Brentford, I will play them. Chelsea, maybe this game is going to be postponed. And after that is City, but yeah, I can bench him there. But it's a good thing to have an Arsenal player. So we have 2.1 million more in the bank. If we sell KDB and go for Salah, let's go here to... Yeah, we're a little bit off Salah, so maybe we can afford him, but I'm most probably going to shoot for Son if I'm using my wildcard now. So yeah, we can easily pivot from De Bruyne to Son. We have our defenders for Gameweek 25. We're going to use Areola as a starter. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want a more bright color. So draw line red. Okay, so Ederson starts. It's Doughty, Udogi, and Virgil. It's De Bruyne, Garnacho, Palmer, Maddison, Haaland as my captain, Ivan Toney, and Darwin Núñez. That is going to be my starting lineup for Gameweek 24 if I use the wildcard. I believe it's a pretty strong wildcard to use at the moment. Maybe not the ideal time, but if you want to have fun and you're in a very bad situation, this wildcard can help you a lot. I'm removing this. We have 3 City, 2 Liverpool, 1 Brentford, 1 Luton for the double up. We're sorted from most of the sides. Then we have a cover up for Luton's double up in Gameweek 28, so we're done there as well. We will remove Darwin for Solanke when the time comes for Gameweek 28, so we are prepared there as well. So we have a lot of opportunities, and I believe that this team is pretty solid, and with it being solid, you can safely go for that wildcard if you're still watching. And just show to me that you're still watching. Write down a comment of the player you must own on your wildcard. That's how you know you are still watching. If you do and enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, give a like, share me with your friends. I tend to upload every day, and I want to keep updating and giving you a lot of information that is going to be relevant for you. And I hope you are having a really good time watching me, guys. But for now, I'll be heading out. Bye.